What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be talking about a simple, easy, no-turn composting system that you can start today that doesn't take a lot of time and will yield you a lot of great compost for your homestead. Let's jump into it. This is a 3-bay composting system that you see here behind me. You can start out with 2 bays, 3 bays, doesn't really matter. You could even start with 1. And we built these with old pallets that we just picked up from local stores that were getting rid of them. And this system works really well just to start composting stuff from your kitchen. I've actually got a lot of random stuff in this bucket right here. And we end up with a lot of stuff to compost just from what we produce from our home. We've got coffee grinds in there, apples, onions, some old cabbage. We'll even compost the eggshells, all kinds of stuff. You can compost anything, y'all. We'll even occasionally, if we have a dead chicken, we'll bury the dead chicken down into the compost pile. But what I want to show you is that composting can be really, really simple and easy. And you don't actually have to turn compost, despite what people say on the internet that you need to turn compost piles, which is a lot of work. You can actively compost without turning a pile. So these 2 piles here are actually both active piles. And we're actually sitting at around 92 degrees. That's our compost thermometer. So you can compost garden waste. We've got some old seedlings in here that we weren't utilizing in the garden. So all we do is when we have our kitchen waste, we'll come out and dump it. And I've got another small one here. This one's perfect for actually in the kitchen, and it looks really good. So it doesn't look like a bucket sitting on your countertop. And it makes it really simple to fill this up every day and come out and dump what you have. Now, it was pretty empty already because my wife dumped it into that bucket. And so all I'll do is I'll come out, I'll dump that on top, and I'll take some of the existing pile and just kind of sprinkle it over the top of it. And if you haven't started a pile yet initially, one great way to start is with wood shavings. This is going to give you your carbon material, because good compost is going to need an equal amount of dry brown material like leaves or wood shavings like this. And you're also going to need a green material, and that's more of a nitrogen rich material, and that's food waste. That could actually be any type of animal manure. That can also be clippings from the garden. It can be grass clippings. Anything you have, you can start a compost pile with. But if you're just starting this pile in a compost bay, for example, I would lay down a good amount of that carbon material kind of as a base. And then from there, you can add your nitrogen rich green material on top. And if you have a little bit of compost already, you can actually use that compost to inoculate the pile, which all inoculate means is you're just trying to get some of those bacteria going in the pile. And so over time, this compost pile is going to fill up. And every year, once this pile fills up and it's broken down, we'll pull it out and then we can use it in the gardens. But the best part is this system is incredibly easy, and we never actually turn the pile, yet the pile stays really active. You can see there's all kinds of biological life and bugs in here breaking this down. The compost pile stays warm even in the winter because it's actively breaking down. And the way a compost pile actually produces heat is from the bacteria that is breaking the compost pile down. Now, the one thing I would recommend is make sure you're adding enough carbon to the pile. Again, that's leaves, wood chips, wood shavings. You don't want this pile to be all like a bunch of food waste, because it will start to stink and there won't be enough carbon for the system to operate properly. But again, everything over time is going to break down. All of that biology is going to come in, consume it, and then you're going to end up with great compost. If you have any questions about starting your own compost pile, put them down in the comments and I'd love to help.